ladies and gentlemen. We have arrived here at the 34 Raceway, and we have a full field of 410 sprint cars in the pit area tonight as we compete against the All-Star Circuit of Champions at 34 Raceway. Welcome back to today's video. Just looking around the pit area, I would say for sure this is going to be the toughest field of cars we've competed against out here in the Midwest. The intensity is starting to ramp up. We're racing with the top series and a lot of the top 410 drivers in the country. And the good news is I've been to this place one time before. Back in 2021, I ran the 34 Raceway. Really liked it. It's a gorgeous facility and track. It's a 3/8 mile clay oval, really wide, tends to get, pretty slick throughout the night. You'll notice it has a good amount of banking on entry, and then it actually gets flatter as you get towards exit. And then also how there's no wall down here, but there is a wall in 3 and 4. So that means we have two totally different corners to kind of deal with. This place tends to put on a good show no matter what car's racing on it, so I'm excited. And racing with the All-Stars, they have their own format. So we're gonna single car qualify, and you're only racing against the cars that are in your heat race that you pill drawed to be in that group. Hopefully that makes sense. You just have to worry about those guys. So if you're the fastest out of the cars in your group, then you're technically quick time, and then you run a heat race, and then that sets you up for an A main event. No matter what, same procedure, gotta unload with speed here, hot lap well, and then carry that into qualifying to set ourselves up for the rest of the night. Night will be getting underway shortly, and we'll chat again soon. So I just did engine heat. Track's pretty wet. A lot of the 410 stuff we don't actually wheel pack, so you don't get to go out there, but got some hot laps before us before we head out, and I think they're trying to get some moisture in this thing so it's not too hard on tires and doesn't go away too quick towards rubber. Ended up with 33 410s by the time everyone signed in here at 34 Raceway. And with the All-Stars, sometimes you can get a tough group, sometimes it's not as bad. And tonight, I think out of the 4, we probably had the most stacked. The whole group that I'm up against, they could run top 5, compete for wins tonight. And so I knew that I had to lay down a good time. Luckily, I was the first one to go out of the 8 of us, and I ended up second quick. So with this format, that is gonna put us on the pole of the heat race, and they're gonna be taking the top 5 to the feature. They're gonna take the winner to the dash, and then the next fastest qualifier. We hot lapped, and we weren't great, but we weren't bad. I just felt like I lacked grip, and I was just a little bit free. So we immediately started tightening up and just trying to get the car to get some rear drive and pick up rear drive closer to the center of the corner than we were, because it just gets so slick off. Talked about how it's flat on exit. You carry a lot of speed to the center, and then you just lose it getting down the straightaway. So that's why it's really important to have good corner speed here and carry that momentum through the slick so you get through it better. Anyway, happy with that. That's a little bit of a sigh of relief. Like I said, had a really, really good group, and now we need to back it up with a heat race result. And starting on the pole, we set the pace, get a good start. Think the bottom might come in. We all kind of qualify it around the top and around the fence. So hopefully if there's a bottom, we can kind of use that too, and just try to put as much distance between us and the rest of the wild men we have behind.
so tight that you're pushing up, and the other guys are opening?
Probably a little bit. I mean, at the end of the day, I wouldn't have fell back as far if I didn't. When he slid me, I got all screwed up on where I was at, and I turned too soon into 3 and 4, so.
Oh no, I know, and then they got you there.
Well, dang it, guys, disappointing heat there. Didn't capitalize. I knew if we got out front, I mean, that's just how this stuff is. If you can get out front, you can go, and I got a good start. I just probably made a mistake into turn 1. I got a good enough start to where I thought I could maybe go directly to the top, and I'd have to watch it back, but I think I just left a little bit too much room where I was. And where I was at, like I put myself in a bad position for the second place guy to put a move on me, and that wasn't even horrible. I thought maybe I could race back by, but I just kind of got the front end in a weird spot going down the backstretch as I was going low, and I misjudged where the entry was, and I turned way too soon. My car dove left and kind of like dove into the corner, and then I lost a ton of ground from there, and then I fell back to third. And once you like make a mistake like that early in the heat, you're in trouble because everyone's there. At least if you do it when everyone's spread out, you have a chance to recover. So I don't think our car was bad. I don't think we were terrible. I mean, there's room for improvement, but just need to clean up like a couple of fine things, and you know, that's the difference in potentially winning the heat and, you know, struggling, I guess you could say, in running fourth. But need to make a gear change, need to just, you know, work on our balance. We're actually, like I said, I think we're close. We just gotta tune in a little bit and make our car to where it can maneuver between the lanes. Well, we've been making changes to our race car in between all this time. Racing surface is really dirty right now. They did say they're getting ready to work it or try to work it before our feature. I think if they don't, there's definitely a possibility that rubber could show up. Like right now it's been okay as guys are moving around, but I think if one lane cleans off, it's just gonna start speeding up and killing tires. We're working on, I mean, I've used the word drive all night, just trying to find drive and make the car more drivable so I can, you know, move to the bottom, move to the top, work through the middle, and carry momentum. Momentum is like the name of the game in 410 racing, and, you know, at a track like this. So you just got to be able to go where guys aren't and carry that speed, so even if you're in a vulnerable spot, you're not just getting freight trained left and right. So we're doing all we can. They posted the feature lineup, and we're going to be rolling off from the 8th row outside starting position, so 16th. We're closer to the back than we are to the front, which means there's room for improvement, and we can mainly just go forward. That's the goal. Got to fire off good 30 laps here around the 34 Speedway coming up here in just a bit. of dark, but here's a look at my left rear and not much left of my right rear after the feature. We are about to pull the rig out right now. The short story is we started 16th, backed up early, and then rebounded to a 13th place finish. I'm glad we went forward, happy we survived, but other than that, you know, not really a whole lot else to say. It's just tough starting that far back in the field, and if anything, I'm just frustrated that our day went south after qualifying, you know, not getting through that heat and just putting ourselves in a tougher position. I think there was opportunity for the day to go much better, but that's part of racing. Anyway, I'm feeling tired. We're gonna get in the rig and we'll recap everything in the morning. So we're about to get on the road and head south to Benton, Missouri now. It's days later after 34 Raceway, but I need to recap the night. And I'm glad I took some time because that night I was really frustrated with our end result and just some of the mistakes I made with the car and the feature and just how everything played out after we qualified so well. You know, racing with the All-Stars, they're one of the top series in the country, so the caliber of drivers you're up against is you know, phenomenal. And for us to unload and have good speed, qualify second quick in our group, start in the front of the heat race, and then just kind of miss it there, and then have to start, you know, 16th in the feature, and then us not being able to go forward in the feature, like I just felt frustration because we did do everything right, put ourselves in a spot where, you know, we win our heat race, we could, you know, draw up front in the dash and then potentially start on the front row of the main event, and that's just a game changer. Instead, you know, we kind of dropped back early from 16th. My car wasn't great, kind of took a minute to find where I needed to be, and then once I got rolling, I passed a car or two, got some freebies, and overall, you know, finished a couple spots outside the top 10. So, you know, that wasn't bad. It wasn't a horrible night. I want better, and like I said, I expect, you know, more perfection from our team, myself, and just working on consistency. But all that happened, so you just gotta want it as bad as possible, and that's, you know, part of why I think I felt how I felt. But anyway, it wasn't a bad night. I'm very thankful for my team that they grinded it out with me, all of our partners for supporting, and we got so many more races this trip, so you just gotta put it behind us. Great learning experience, great chance to add to our notebook, and we're headed to many more places where we have speed and opportunity to run well throughout our Midwest 2023 summer tour. So that's our night at 34 Raceway. Love that track. It's a blast. Can't wait to get back there and, you know, try to really work on running better in general. All right, rig's leaving. Time to hit the road. We'll see you in the next one. Deuces.